I can see it brighten to look into my deepest blue. But I'll be watching you from here.
Hello, how are you? Hi, Sid. Hi, Larry. Very nice to see you. Oh, I've got the fan on today. It is stinking hot. I'm just going to turn that off, otherwise it's blowing in my face. Excuse me for a second. Well, I think it's almost traditional that it is a stinking hot day here in Sydney for Australia Day. And yeah, I know Sydney, you probably don't think it's that hot, but for me, I'm definitely feeling it. I'm in the only room in the entire house that doesn't have air conditioning. And I'm up in the attic, of course, so it's a few degrees hotter than it is in most places in the house anyway. So the cat is definitely crashed out. But I hope you guys are really well. I'm assuming a lot of my Australian friends today are probably out and about having picnics and all sorts. Now, you probably know that in Australia Day, which is, I guess, is like your Independence Day, is a little bit controversial because many people see it as the day that is when the First Fleet came to Sydney for the first time. And even though that's not historically the actual date, that's how people perceive it. And so a lot of people call Australia Day in put the fan in the stairs blowing up. The stairs are shut. You see, I have an 11-year-old downstairs who's very noisy, so I pull the stairs shut. That would have been a good idea otherwise. And yeah, many people perceive it as the day that Australia invaded. You know, my British ancestors invaded. Hi, Grace, how are you, lovely? And so even if historically that's not the actual date that it happened, if people perceive it as that, I think we need to find another date that we can all enjoy together. So in that spirit, I'm still going to say Happy Australia Day. We need a day that all the people of Australia can enjoy together. But I would like to recognise the traditional owners of the land that I am now streaming from, and that is Gadigal Eora country, the Gadigal and Wongal people. So I'm going to do lots of Australian songs today, of course. And Kevin, it's cold and frosty midnight in the UK. It still blows my mind that we can be in the same world at the same time, and yet you're experiencing freezing weather at midnight, and it's almost midday here, and it's stinking hot. Yeah, it's a crazy old world, and I love it. I love the fact that this internet thing exists, and we can do this and all be here together. It's fantastic. So I thought, it was quite difficult to choose Australian songs because there are obviously quite a lot. I wanted to choose songs that most of my international friends, hi Wayne, same to you, that most of my international friends would probably know. But then you never know. There might be a couple of new ones in there as well. This is a song that Sia wrote, and she's got to be one of our most successful songwriters as well as singers of just about all time, but certainly currently. And I can't wait to see her movie. She has written, she's just such a creative powerhouse. I adore her. Oh, Kevin, I'm jealous of your snow. Yeah, Sia is an amazing creative powerhouse. And she has just written and produced and released, or about to release, a movie called Music. Music is actually the name of a person, but she's written, of course, the whole screenplay and the music soundtrack as well. But she actually wrote this particular song, the one I'm about to start performing. She wrote this song for David Guetta, the DJ, and she wasn't supposed to be the singer on it. In fact, it was written for Mary J. Blige, but he loved her demo so much, not surprisingly, because she's great. And so he released the song without actually checking with her, I think, first. But she probably didn't mind. It became a huge hit, and it's great. So I'm doing a very different version, as usual, very lo-fi version. Hi, Seb. How are you? I'm sure it's nice and cool. You've probably got a breeze in the northern beaches, although I think you're not working today, which is why you're here, obviously. So I hope you've got a breeze where you are. I have nothing in Leichhardt, no breeze coming through the window. So as time goes on, I'm going to melt more and more. Anyway, this is my little lo-fi version of an Aussie song to start off the proceedings. talking loud, not saying much. I'm criticized, but all your bullets ricochet. You shoot me down, but I get up. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, ricochet. You take your aim, fire away, fire away. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Cut me down, but it's you who'll have further to fall. Ghost town and haunted love. Raise your voice. Sticks and stones may break my bones. I'm talking loud, not saying much. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, ricochet. You take your aim, fire away, shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Stone hard machine guns, firing at the ones who run. Stone hard as a bulletproof glass. Stone hard machine guns, firing at the ones who run. Stone hard as a bulletproof glass. You shoot me down, I'm bulletproof. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. Fire away, ricochet. You take your aim, fire away, shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Shoot me down, but I won't fall. I am titanium. Oh, a little bit of Sia. Hi, Ralph, how are you? Oh, you're lovely, Sebastian. Of course, you're going to the beach. I'm actually going to a pool party, so I'm very excited about that. A small party, of course. We're still restrictions here, but yeah, nevertheless, a body of water is what we need. David, lovely to see you. Oh, yes, please. You know, that's my dream in life, is to be able to sing a James Bond theme, you know, because James Bond's themes need a bit of drama, melodrama, and, you know, that's my middle name. So, yes, I really hope that does happen one day. That would be so exciting. Thanks, Ralph. It's so lovely to see everybody here today, and I know the people at the other side of the world are experiencing a bit of cold at the moment. You can have some of our heat. What I thought I would do is play you a little bit of funny Australian animals, since we're having an Australian theme here today. And, you know, I have my own weird Australian animal, although I don't think cats are counted as Australian, actually. Although she was born here, and that's what it's all about, right? Being inclusive. Anyway, here's a little bit of Australian animal antics to put a smile on your face. Hello. Yes. Oh, or maybe not. Where are you, Australian animals? Hello. Well, that didn't work too well, did it? Let me see. What have I done wrong? Maybe I have to press that button. Here we go.
Oh, sweet mother! Oh, yeah?
This time he got me booed that time.
Did you get the fish?
Yeah. Bugger.
It's funny, a lot of people talk about the cute koalas and the lovely kangaroos that we have in this country, and they are, but they're also quite vicious. And I think everybody knows that we have probably, one of the largest groups of animals in the country that can kill you. So, that's something to be proud of, I suppose. And certainly this time of year, there's a whole lot of spiders. So, there's lots of happening, but you kind of just get used to it, I suppose, don't you? And I don't know anyone who's actually died from a spider bite. What? Sydney is saying it will have to be a 007 movie, no more James Bond after this next one. I didn't know that. Oh, they're killing off James Bond. What's the world coming to? Oh, dear. Well, just like Sia, there's another artist who has done particularly well lately, in kind of a different way, I suppose. Not quite as much longevity as Sia has had so far, but there's still time. This song was just a smash all around the world. And actually, a lot of Australians didn't even realise this was an Aussie singer and songwriter. This is a song from Tones and I. They say, oh my God, I see the way you shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine. You know you stopped me dead when I was passing by. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, oh, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. Oh, they say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hands, my dear, and look me in the eyes. Just like a monkey, I've been dancing my whole life. And you just beg to see me dance just one more time. Ooh, I see you, see you, see you every time. And oh my, I like your style. You make me wanna cry. And now I beg to see you dance just one more time. So I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. And they say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, 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 yeah. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. And I say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh, 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 oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. money. Say, move for me, move for me, move for me, yeah, and when you're done, I make you do it all again, all again. Some people would say that's one of the most annoying songs around, but I think it's kind of cute. Of course, it's called Dance Monkey, and that's from Tones and I, who was, I think it's just the name that she has given her act, which I think is just her, but she was busking up in Byron Bay when she was discovered. You know, you kind of think that those stories don't exist anymore, but apparently they do. And yeah, it's very lo-fi, isn't it, Kevin? It's very different from the original, which is, you know, very dancey and electronic. But I always figure it's better to, I mean, I can't compete with that. And I don't really want to be compared to the original because that's hers and that's her thing. So I kind of like doing things a little bit differently. And today, especially, that is the case because I wanted to do a few rock tunes. And, you know, I'm no rock pianist. You know, a proper rock pianist would be all over the place. And I just can't sing and play the piano like that at the same time. And so you're going to get lo-fi versions of songs that you don't expect to hear that way today. So I hope that's okay. Now, something extremely important. A friend of mine posted this yesterday. How do you like your Vegemite? Now, maybe my friends watching today are going to say, I don't like my Vegemite at all. I think it's nasty stuff, which I can understand because it's one of those things. Now, Grace, maybe you can remind me, there's a food in Japan that when natto? Natto, is that what it's called? And it's, for me, it's really strong and yucky tasting. But it's one of those things that a Japanese person has been brought up eating. And so when it's part of your culture and part of your life, that's a taste that you love. And everyone, you know, when I first arrived in Japan would go, oh, do you like natto? And it's a little bit like me saying to an Australian, oh, do you like Vegemite? Served with peanut butter and jelly. Well, that's an interesting take on it. I can't say I've tried it. And I think miso, no, I love miso. Miso's yum. Not like natto. Natto's really pungent and yeah. But I got to say, a lot of Japanese food and even tea I didn't really like, maybe including miso, until I was there for a while. You do get the taste of these things. But Sydney is hi Don, by the way. Sydney is saying peanut butter and jelly. In Australia, we call jelly jam. Jelly is something that is sweet and you eat with ice cream that you make from jelly crystals. I'm pretty sure you mean jam. It's funny how, you know, we can speak the same language and it's not really the same. Sydney is learning Australian. You know that Arvo is afternoon now. You know that Livy is Olivia Newton-John. There's all sorts. I know Australians are lazy and we just like to cut things shorter. You can call me Mandy. So, yes, Vegemite is an acquired taste unless you're brought up with it. So which one of those is you? For me, I'm 4 or 5. I really like my Vegemite, but I think it's like a capital offence against Australians, that picture, because it looks like there's no butter on the toast. And it has to be toast, not bread. Well, you can have Vegemite sandwiches too, that's okay. But there's got to be lots of butter. It's the butter that kind of balances out the saltiness of the Vegemite. Anyway, that's very important. You had crumpets with Marmite. Yeah, Marmite's similar to Vegemite. And cheddar. Yes, cheese and Vegemite go really well together, surprisingly. And you can even buy, like at some of our bakeries, you can buy bread that's been baked with the cheese and the Vegemite in it. It's called a Vegemite scroll, but there's often cheese in there as well, and they're yummy. Yeah, Marmite tastes a little bit different, but it's similar. Same debate, love versus hate. I like Marmite as well, and Promite as well. I think Marmite, I can't remember, one of them is a little bit sweeter. Vegemite is really salty. But I like all of the ites personally, and they go really well with avocados as well, which I know sounds strange, but it's the salty. It's basically the saltiness. It's like eating something with stock, you know, it brings out the flavour. Anyway, everyone has to have a position of some kind. So if you haven't tried your Vegemite, maybe don't. You might not like it. Wait till you come here and visit me, and I'll make you it properly. Because if it's got the right amount of butter, and not too much Vegemite to start with, then there's a chance that you might like it. They even sell Vegemite in tubes now, which is funny because when I was a little kid, I used to get a teaspoon, put it in the Vegemite, and just suck it for 10 minutes. I know I'm strange. You can tell I was born here. Oh, by the way, I've had a couple of people message me over the last little while, especially since I've been doing longer live streams, saying that I should have a tip jar. And, I felt... I mean, I never got into music for money. Like, why would you? That's the last thing you choose. I used to work for Microsoft in a marketing role, and I earned really good money back in those days, and I decided I don't care about the money. I want to do what I want to do. And so I gave it up and became a singer instead. And I've never been happier. And seriously, I'm not a particularly material person. I mean, money's nice, and I like, buying clothes and music and all food, basically. If I've got enough of that, then I'm happy. Having said that, I do appreciate the tips. So I'm going to put a tip jar up. But can I say, absolutely no obligation or expectation. And if anybody is doing it tough themselves, don't even consider it. Just your presence here makes me so happy, and it's worth it for me to be here. So I'm going to put it up for those who would like. But as I said, absolutely no expectation. Hi, John. You're late? No, not. Oh, you're not too late. We've only been going 20 minutes or so. So it's lovely to see you. Did I say hello to you too, by the way, Daz? Hello, how you going? Okay, so the next song I've got, I'm allowed to do my own songs, right, because I'm Australian. I figure that works. This is a song called Dance to the Music in My Head. Now, I've, throughout my career, I've done a lot of backing vocals, as well as lead vocals, obviously, but I've done a lot of backing vocals for some quite prominent Australian singers, which has been, an absolute pleasure for me. One of those is Wendy Matthews. She is actually Canadian originally, but she went on tour with an Australian band, and she came to Australia, and she pretty much never left. And so she's become Australian now. And I was doing backing vocals with her, and her music is music that I grew up with. So it was such a magic feeling for me to stand on stage, not behind her or next to her, and sing songs that I heard on the radio and loved growing up. It's just happy Australia Day. Thank you, Shane. It's just, I can't tell you the pleasure that has given me. And that's happened. I've worked with Powderfinger, who's a very big Australian band, Richard Clapton, Marsha Hines, who's Australian via America, and a lot of really big acts from the 80s, not in the 80s, but from the 80s, but more recently. And just there's something so amazing about actually singing with your legends, So anyway, this particular time I was singing with Wendy Matthews, backing vocals, and she had her biggest hit is a ballad, a really, really beautiful ballad. And the audience always, gets this look on their face when that song is performed. And so me being on stage during that, it's just an extra thrill because I know how they feel and I'm up here singing it as well. So it's just the piano backing vocalist and Wendy. But this one particular time, there was one audience member who wasn't just going, like everyone else was. She actually started disco dancing, just going crazy. And I'm thinking, hang on, what's going on there? And, I didn't want to laugh because we're in the middle of this beautiful ballad. And I just thought, she's dancing to the music in her own head. She's not dancing to what she's listening to here. Anyway, that's where I got the idea from, and for my song. And, of course, if you delve deeper, the song is about those times when things are going really badly for you and you kind of live in your own head a little bit because the real world's a little bit too hard to take. Now, this song originally is a very electronic song with lots of production, and so you're going to hear a very lo-fi version of it today. You should start in the right key, ideally. Oh, there's no tip jar appearing on Twitch. Hey, this is the first time I've been on Twitch. So Daz, extra nice to see you. Huh? So cool. Okay, I'm still working stuff out. I'm very new at all of this. So I will be trying the tip jar thing on Twitch too. So you can't see underneath it should say paypal.me/Amanda Easton Music, but yeah, maybe that doesn't work on Twitch. I will look into that. Thanks for letting me know, and welcome. You're my first Twitch audience, so I'm extra pleased to see you here. Oh, and John, yes, my lovely friend John Payne here has recommended me to his local radio station, and I'm going to be doing an interview, and they're going to play some of my songs on air in a few weeks. So thank you so much, John. And obviously, I'm always very appreciative of people sharing my music, sharing my videos, and recommending me to their radio stations. So yeah, I would love that.
Come here, join me. I can see it frightens you to look into my deepest blue, yeah. But I'll be watching you from here. Come down to this. I can see antennas twitch when I overload the switch, yeah. But I like living here this way. Ooh, you know, ooh, they know, ooh, no one knows the way. I dance to the music in my head. Don't pity, 'cause I hear this tune instead. Wear me, tear me. You know the last thing on my mind is the feeling I'm maligned, yeah. But I hold this hurt so dear to me. Ooh, you know, ooh, they know, ooh, no one knows the way. I dance to the music in my head. Don't pity, 'cause I hear this tune instead. Ooh, you know, ooh, they know, ooh, no one knows the way. I dance to the beat that I can hear. It delivers me from all there is to fear. Whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, oh, yeah. Said I could pull the ship out from underneath of my coat, but all I have is my heart to hold up there to your throat. You swear under your breath you'll never sink down to this day. Me from all there is to see. Ooh, you know, ooh, they know, ooh, no one knows the way. I dance to the music in my head. Don't pity, 'cause I hear this tune instead.
My old man's a dustman. That's funny, John. Thank you. Hi, Ralph. How are you? Is a Scottish bard Robert Burns Day. Oh, there you go. Portishead feel. Oh, that's a big compliment. Thank you, Daz. I'm a massive Portishead fan. Massive, massive. So thank you very much for that. So that's Dance to the Music in My Head. Thank you, Kevin. And as I said, the song was inspired by singing on stage with Wendy Matthews. And so I thought I might play you the song that she was actually singing, this lovely ballad. And she didn't write the song, so it's not strictly Australian, but she is now Australian. And the song was a massive hit here. I need to get my levels right. What do I need to change? Let me know. Do I need to turn up altogether? I think that's what my little thing is telling me here, but let me know. My bass tune is still playing? Oh. I don't know what that is. I don't think there's anything playing at this end. Anyway, I'm going to try playing this song. It's called The Day You Went Away. Bit of a sad one. So the fact that someone disco danced to it is pretty weird. Hey, does it ever make you wonder what's on my mind? Hey, I was on the other end and back to your side. I never cried, I just watched my life go by. It's just a pack of lies, 'cause you're leaving me behind. Hey, after this long, is there nothing I'll keep? Oh, I can't shout. You'll pretend you're falling asleep. I never lied, yeah, believing that you're mine. It's just a waste of time, 'cause you're leaving me behind. Hey, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's as blue as your blue goodbye. And I thought that it would rain on a day like today. Hey, there's not a cloud in sight. It's as blue as your blue goodbye. And I thought that it would rain the day you went away. Hey, does it ever make you wonder what's on my mind? Ooh, yeah, I was on the other run back to your side. Hey, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's as blue as your blue goodbye. And I thought that it would rain on a day like today. Hey, there's not a cloud in sight. It's as blue as your blue goodbye. And I thought that it would rain the day you went away. He's on the buses and the airplanes with some groceries and a sleeping bag. Oh, so that's Day You Went Away from Wendy Matthews, and that's the song that inspired Dance to the Music in my head. Oh, thank you, Daz. Thanks so much. What's a Dustman? Sydney says. This is actually British English, but we Aussies tend to straddle both. We have our kind of own little lingo in the middle, but I think a lot of us have British ancestry. So Dustman is garbage man. What do you call him? Bin man. I don't know. There's lots of words for that, huh? Garbage. John's explaining. Garbage collector. There you go. Okay, so what else do I have here? Oh, so I told you earlier that you're going to hear some lo-fi rock, which is always kind of weird because, you know, I'm not a rock piano player and it's, you know, there's no guitars here. It's just me. I know you can't see my piano at the moment, but there is a piano there. There you go. So let's pick that up again. I'm going to play an ACDC song, otherwise known as Akadaka. This is going to be a challenge, I can tell you. I haven't done this before. Come on, microphone, just sit in the right spot, will ya? I got to say, I bought this microphone stand from Aldi, and it's been pretty good, but it's just starting to die a little bit. Gotta love Aldi.
Riding down the highway, going to a show, stopping all the byways, playing rock and roll, getting robbed, getting stoned, getting beat up, broken bones, getting had, getting took. I tell you folks, it's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. If you think it's easy doing one-night stands, try playing in a rock and roll band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Hotel, motel, makes you wanna cry. Lady to the hard sell, know the reason why. Getting old, getting gray, getting ripped off, underpaid, getting sold second hand. That's how it goes, playing in a band. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. If you wanna be a star, stage and screen, look out, it's rough and mean. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Well, it's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. It's a long way to the top if you wanna rock and roll. Well, it's a long way, baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way. Baby, it's a long way. I never thought I'd be doing that. I never thought I'd be playing AC/DC on the piano. And imagine you told me, I don't know, how long has the internet been around? Imagine you told me 15 years ago that I would be playing to people from all different countries an AC/DC song, that's quite hard to say, on the piano. I would never have believed you, but there you go. That's where we're at. School of Rock song. Was that in the School of Rock? There you go. What a great song, huh? Hey, Alan, lovely to see you. Okay, so what else have I got for you? Here's another. Wait a minute, let me see.
Okay, I'm going to do, come on, here it is. I got to do an Olivia Newton-John song, and somebody requested this recently. So we all love our Livy, right? Otherwise known as ONJ. I just thought I'd break up the rock, because I do have other rock songs for you, but this is kind of a little bit country, I suppose. I'm still grappling with this mic stand. Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I'll always want to be there, holding your hand and standing by to catch you when you fall, seeing you through in everything you do. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night, let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you to that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there, watching you grow and going through the changes in your life. That's how I know I'll always want to be there. Whenever you feel you need a friend to lean on, here I am. Whenever you call, you know I'll be there. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you through that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. Let me be there in your morning, let me be there in your night. Let me change whatever's wrong and make it right. Let me take you to that wonderland that only two can share. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there. All I ask you is let me be there. Oh, sorry about the bum chords, Livy. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Livy, that's right. Okay, now this is, I wonder if you guys would know this. This will be really interesting to know if my international friends will know this song. There is no way an Australian won't know this song. It's practically a national anthem. Of course, we have a national anthem, but we have a lot of national songs that get played at big events and things because they're almost more popular. And this is one, and this is kind of strange that this is such a big Aussie song. Thanks, John. Because it's called April Sun in Cuba, and the band is actually New Zealand. So, you know, but it feels like the most Australian of songs because it's a soundtrack to my childhood. I think it was an 80s song, maybe late 70s, I don't know, but it's played on the radio to this day all the time. So I don't think you would ever get an Australian that doesn't know it, but yeah, let me know if you know it. Again, you're getting a very lo-fi version, so even if you've heard it, you might not recognise it.
city life. Summer's on the run. People tell me I should stay, but I got to get my son. So don't try and hold me back. There's nothing you can say. Snake eyes on the paradise, but you've got to go today. Take me to the April sun in Cuba. Oh, oh. Take me where the April sun's gonna treat me so right, so right. I can almost smell the perfume nights, see the starry sky. I wish you'd come on with me, baby, 'cause right before my eyes, see Castro in the alleyway, talking about Miss I Love, talking about JFK and the way we shook in love. Take me to the April sun in Cuba. Oh, oh. Take me where the April sun's gonna treat you so right, so right. I'm tired of the city life. Summer's on the run. Birds in the winter sky, heading for the sun. Oh, we can stick it out in this cold and gray. Snake eyes on the paradise, but you've got to go today. Take me to the April sun in Cuba. Oh, oh. Take me where the April sun's gonna treat you so right, so right. Take me to the April sun in Cuba. Oh, oh. Take me where the April sun's gonna treat you so right, so right.
So anyone that knows the original song, it's not a piano song. Thanks, Pete. I wonder, Pete, if you know that song. So that's Dragon, April Sun in Cuba. So look up the original. It's a great song. And yeah, not strictly Australian, but really probably one of the most popular rock songs in the country. Still, even though it's quite an old song. So actually, there's another song kind of you could describe that way. That was a Ricky Lee Jones song originally, and a few years ago, it got a surge of popularity again. It was released as a cover by Daryl Braithwaite, who is a legendary Australian singer. Again, I think he's from the 70s. He had a band called Sherbet. And yeah, Kevin, look it up. Look up the original. A friend of mine is actually the new guitarist in Dragon. They're still around and doing gigs. It's great. So yes, this particular similar band in the legendary status and probably time frame of this next song called Sherbet. So that's another big Australian band from the era. And the singer, Daryl Braithwaite, ended up going solo. And he did a cover of this song, which a lot of Australians didn't realise was a cover at the time. But then that was, I don't know, maybe the 80s, I think, that song he released. But then only about, 5 or 6 years ago, on Australia Day, we have a radio station called Triple J, and they play more alternative kind of indie music and a lot of Australian content. And they have a top 100 of all their songs, not just Australians. But they're very cool station. They, only play kind of cutting edge stuff that's not too commercial. But a whole lot of people decided to get together and to vote for this song. And this song was considered to be very mainstream. So it's weird, but I think it ended up coming number one or very high anyway. Anyway, this song got this massive surge of popularity. So after that song that I just played you, April Sun in Cuba, this has got to be one of the most popular songs. And, you know, I can always tell the really popular songs because I'm doing my gig and people go, hey, play blah, blah, whatever it is. So play April Sun in Cuba. So most of the time I've learnt these songs because people yell them out at me. So this is one of them. And, you know, this is a lover or hate it one in Australia. It's a great song, but I think it's become a bit of a bogan anthem, perhaps, it's fair to say, which you could also say about the last song I played. I'm all for bogan anthems anyway. We all know what a bogan is, right? Is that an Australian word? Not sure.
We will fly way up high, where the cold wind blows, or in the sun, laughing, having fun, with all the people that you know. And if the situation should keep us separated, you know the world won't fall apart. You will free the beautiful bird that's caught inside your heart. Can't you hear her? Oh, she cries so loud, casts a white note over water and cloud. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. We'll be riding on the horses, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, I'll pick you up, pick you up. You will grow when you go. I'll be right there by your side. And even then, whisper the winds, and she will carry up your ride. I hear all the people of the world in one bird's lonely cry. See them trying every way they know how to make their spirit fly. Can't you see him? He's down on the ground, has a broken wing, looking all around. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. We'll be riding on the horses, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, I'll pick you up, pick you up. That's the way it's gonna be, little darling. I'll be riding on the horses, yeah, way up in the sky, little darling. And if you fall, I'll pick you up, pick you up.
So that's called Horses, originally by Ricky Lee Jones, but more famously in Australia by Daryl Braithwaite. Now, I think it's important for me. Sydney's asking, low in social status, unsophisticated. Yes, I guess that is bogan. Hi, James, how are you? We also say Westie, but that's Australian as well, so you won't know that. Gosh, what's another word? You're pretty much right, though. Low in social status and unsophisticated, but often it's used almost affectionately because, you know, Australians love that. You know, we'll call each other really nasty names, but we mean it with love. I don't do that so much, but people do. That's just an odd Australian thing. So sometimes we can talk about being a bogan and we don't mean it as an insult, even though if you thought about what it meant, it's actually quite insulting. All right, I thought today I should, being Australia Day, and you probably know there is a lot of controversy around it because, you know, we didn't treat our Aboriginal people very well when we got here, and a lot of people will argue, including me, that there's still a long way to go before we are treating them as equals. And Midnight Oil is a band that I'm sure Chav, that's it, yes, in the UK, Chav, that's what you would say for sure. What is the American equivalent then? I don't know. White trash, maybe? That's as close as I can think. Like how I call my brother names, yes. That's when you say it affectionately. And you can only do it to certain people, otherwise they won't get it. So yes, I thought I would play a song, again, of a very weird lo-fi rock version of a song by Midnight Oil, because Midnight Oil, I guess they were around mainly in the 80s, and their lead singer, Peter Garrett, ended up becoming a politician, which is no surprise because their songs are very political. They've always got, you know, something to say, which is fantastic. And this song is about recognising land rights, basically. I'm sure you know this one. I think this is their biggest hit, but maybe the way I play it, you won't recognise it. Sorry, Peter. Out where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak, Holden wrecks and boiling diesel, steaming 45 degrees. The time has come to say fair's fair, to pay our rent, to pay our share. The time has come, the fact's a fact, it belongs to them. Let's give it back. How can we dance when the earth is turning? How can we sleep when our beds are burning? How can we dance when the earth is turning? How can we sleep when our beds are burning? The time has come to say fair's fair, to pay the rent now, to pay our share. Scare the cockatoos from Kentauris to Yendamu. The western desert lives and breathes in 45 degrees. The time has come to say fair's fair, to pay the rent, to pay our share. The time has come, a fact's a fact, it belongs to them. Let's give it back. How can we dance when our earth is turning? How can we sleep when our beds are burning? How can we dance when our earth is turning? How can we sleep when our beds are burning? The time has come to say fair's fair, to pay the rent now, to pay our share. All right, a bit of Midnight Oil. That's a first for me as well. And yes, Ralph. Bum in USA would work, and James Redneck. Yep, absolutely. That works. So there are, I mean, there's kind of a combination of all those things. A bogan is also a bit of a dag. You might have heard me talk about a dag before, but that's only part of it. So, you know, I can be proudly a dag for sure. I don't know about a bogan. That might be a little bit of a stretch. Oh, yeah, John, you've seen the film The Sapphires about the Aboriginal girl who was our beautiful Jessica Mauboy. How fantastic is she? She's one of the few singers that's actually been, you know, discovered on Pop Idol, Australian Idol, and done extremely well. Hi, John. How are you, mate? Lovely to see you. I hope Charlie's doing okay. Charlie is John's dog. Everybody send good vibes, healing vibes to Charlie. So, yeah, I'd highly recommend that if you haven't seen The Sapphires, look it up. A great movie, and Jessica Mauboy as an actress and a singer is fantastic. Apostrophe, 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 hole. Yes, I know people like that too. And that's one of the ways you can actually be friendly to somebody but call them that, as long as you have the right kind of relationship, right, Sydney? Okay, so I thought I might do my brand new single, which is coming out any minute. DistroKid, which is my distributor, my digital distributor, has had all sorts of backlog because everybody in the world wants to release music at the moment, especially being under lockdown, and that's a good thing. But it means that this single has been coming and coming and coming, and it's not quite there yet. So anyway, it's coming very soon, apparently. They don't give you an actual date. But in the meantime, this is my lo-fi version of it.
It felt like every day was summer for me and you. Days stretched out ahead forever, yellow and blue. A Hollywood house, open top cars, a lifetime ago. Now it's all here in a battered shoebox. It overflows. 10 years of us, you packed it up, left it at my door, and all there is left of us is at the door. You didn't stop to say hello or see my face. You left me with these photographs and nothing to say. You dropped it all off in this battered shoebox and slipped away. 10 years of us, you packed it up, left it at my door, and all there is left of us is at the door. I know we had a fairy tale life before the rug got pulled away. Old hurts are only whispers now. The history of us can never really change. 10 years of us, you packed it up, left it at my door, and all there is left of us is at the door. Oh, I'm sorry for making you cry, Sydney. Well, kind of not sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because obviously that's what the song is, a very sad song, and I think if it brings out emotion in you, that can be a good thing. I thought now,
I was going to be able to play a lot more songs than I've had time for. And I've got In Excess and I've got Cold Chisel. But how about I do a continuation of Aussie songs, because there's still a heap of great ones that I'd love to play. And I'll do that next week. And I would stay longer today, except I'm off to a pool party and I've still got to make a salad. But thank you so much for joining me today. And, no, there's one song I have to play. Oh, sorry. I mean, crazy. This song. I'm just going to play this riff and you can tell me what song it is. Now, this song, oh my goodness, there's some controversy around this. It's a Men at Work song and called Down Under, Land Down Under. And this is the little melody at the beginning that's played by the flute. So, and it's a very iconic, recognisable part of the song. And a few years ago, we have a TV show called Spicks and Specks, which is a music TV show, music quiz show. And one of the questions in the quiz was, what is the Australian song that has the Kookaburra song melody in the introduction? Oh, thank you, James. And believe it or not, the publishing company that owned the Kookaburra song, which is Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, Mary, Mary, king of the bush is he. Love, Kookaburra gay, your life must be. Which is almost like a children's, well, it is. It's a children's little folk song, Australian folk song. And apparently they heard that and went, oh, they're using our copyright. And Men at Work probably didn't even realise that the song was under copyright, because it's one of those songs that feels like it should be public domain, like Happy Birthday. But thank you, Sydney. But it was copyright, and it meant that Men at Work had to pay thousands and thousands of dollars, because this song is almost an international anthem for Australia. People know this song around the world, so I'm assuming you guys know this song too. Yes, John, Helen Reddy. Let's do a Helen Reddy song next week. I do I Am Woman, that's a great song, and Delta Dawn, which she does as well. And so yes, and you know, the lead singer and the writer of this song ended up saying that it caused so much stress that, you know, he lost his father, which was partly due to the stress, and also one of the members of the band died, and it was a shocking thing, a really horrible thing. They've ended up releasing a new version of the song without that introduction, but I don't know, it does kind of sound like Kookaburra in the old gum tree. What do you do? Traveling in a fried out combi on a hippie trail, head full of zombie. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and she gave me breakfast. Do you live from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder? Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Buying bread from a man in Brussels, 6'4" and full of muscles. He said, do you speak my language? He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. Oh, I come from a land down under, where beer does flow and men chunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Living in a den in Bombay, a slack jaw and not much to say. Said to the man, are you trying to tempt me? Because I come from a land of plenty. And he said, oh, you come from a land down under, where women glow and men plunder.
you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Oh, I come from a land down under, where women glow and men chunder. Can you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. I had to put that one in today. Colin Hay, that's right, is the singer-songwriter of that one. Oh, he's born in Scotland. Like my family, I was born in Australia, but my family were born in Scotland. Really, we're all a mix of all sorts, aren't we? And that's one of the things I guess we have to recognise on Australia Day too, all the different people that make up this fair land. Anyway, thank you so much for having me. I've got so many other Australian songs I want to play that I'm going to extend it into next week so that I get to do some Helen Reddy, In Excess, Cold Chisel, and all sorts of other stuff. So if you think about something in between that's Aussie, then let me know. Send it through. Lovely to see you, and hope to see you again next week, same time. All the best. Bye.